So I wanted to respond to this op-ed by Matthew Vines that appeared in the New York Times about a week ago, and I feel uniquely positioned to respond to it because I'm also from Wichita, Kansas. I'm also gay, and I'm also a Christian. Actually, I have mutual friends with Matthew. I don't know him personally, but like we kind of swam in the same social circles. The main crux of his argument here is that queer is too loosey goosey of a term. It doesn't mean anything, and also it's rebellious. It sounds too uppity for his standards. And if you don't know who Matthew Vines is, his main claim to fame is that he wrote a book that basically sought to reinterpret the clobber verses in a way that would appeal or appease conservative Christianity. His op-ed not only grossly misunderstands or is completely ignorant of queer theory, his reinterpretations of the clobber verses are based off of faulty and wrong biblical scholarship. So why did this appear in the New York Times? Why? Because this is pick me strategy. This is Matthew Vines is seeking access and licking the boot of power. He wants to exist within a white supremacist Christian nationalist social hierarchy that places him above somebody else, and so he needs to knock other people, in this case queer people, lower than him, so that he can feel better about himself. And that is not only shitty behavior, it's also unchristian. So I disagree with the main thesis of Matthew's life, that being that we need to appease our racist uncles and seek their approval for who we are, for who God made us, in such a way that we're bowing down before them rather than our actual Lord. I just find that contemptible and pathetic. And I just think that the New York Times publishing this is, I would feel ashamed. Like if I wrote an op-ed and the New York Times was like, "Hey, can we publish this?" I would be like, "Oh God, I should just like end myself because like I have failed." If the New York Times thinks the words that I wrote are worth printing in that rag, I would just feel ashamed of myself. And I think that Matthew should also feel ashamed of himself, not only for like being wrong on the biblical scholarship, but also for just being a piece of shit, knocking other people down in your own community to make yourself feel better and more like an upright, righteous individual. This is piety, self piety, and self righteousness that is shameful. This is shameful behavior on the part of Matthew Vines, and he should be deeply ashamed of his unchrist-like behavior.